Hey, I'm Mike Jeffers, and welcome to this week's edition of Who's Playing Where and What's Going On the Chicago Jazz Scene, your guide to Chicago Jazz. We're on location here at the Keys for Kids warehouse. We're going to bring Corbin in a minute, and we're going to talk all about what's happening at Keys for Kids, what Keys for Kids is, and the great things that they do for the community. But first, I wanted to get you a few updates. We're going to keep this short today. I know last week the chef was very excited, so was Phil. He's over here. He doesn't have to do much because we've got natural sunlight today, but they're very disappointed that the girls are not here today, so we're going to work on getting some more women on the show. I had to do that for them. But anyways, we're happy to be here on location, trying to get out and about and see who's playing where, but also see who's doing great things for the Chicago jazz scene and for the Chicago music scene, and that's what Keys for Kids is doing. So just stick around and wait until you hear what they're doing. It's an incredible place. Now, I'm in their showroom where there's over 150 pianos here, and we're going to learn more about that, but it's a really kind of a hip space. So hopefully I'll be able to do the show from here maybe again sometime. Who knows? But first, I just want to talk a little bit. This coming week, a couple of big things. Of course, everything is in our e-zine. If you click below, our e-zine is below, and you can open it up. I know that we've got a lot of great information in there, some feature interviews, and also CD reviews. But this coming week, O'Hare Airport is actually celebrating their 50th anniversary. And our good friend Mick Archer, who writes for Chicago Jazz Magazine, is performing there Monday through Friday from noon until 5. Noon until 5. That's a long gig. Wow. Solo piano, but I know Mick can do it. Vocalist, piano player, entertainer, and he's going to be at the Beau Divine piano bar, wine bar in Terminal 1 at the airport. So if you're at Terminal 1, if you're going out of town, be sure to swing by and see Mick. He's going to be there from noon until 5, Monday through Friday. So by the time you get this, it's Tuesday. He'll be there all the way the rest of the week. So if you can buy an airline ticket, you want to go see Mick, stop by Terminal 1. Also coming up this week, and I wanted just to hit on a couple of shows, Andy's Jazz Club is going to have Matt Nelson there on Friday and Saturday, Matt Nelson Trio. They're on Chicago Sessions record label. And so Matt Nelson's there from 5 until 8:30, and then at 9:30, Corey Wilkes and his CW5 group is going to be there both Friday and Saturday, just after Matt Nelson from 9:30 until 1:30. So that's at Andy's. Coming up at Katarina's this weekend, there's a couple of great shows. Nicole Kessler and Brian O'Hearn are going to be there Friday night, 6:30. There's no cover charge on Friday night, so stop by. It's the after-work set. But then at 10 o'clock, Yoko Nogi and Jimmy Burns, they're going to be performing there Friday night. So Yoko Nogi and Jimmy Burns, they'll be there Friday night starting at 10. Saturday night, she's got another great lineup, Katarina does, 1920 West Irving Park Road. And it's Arlene Bardell, our good friend Arlene Bardell, who is featured on Chicago Jazz Magazine in the website. And she's somebody I've played with a bunch of times. She's a wonderful player, wonderful musician, wonderful vocalist. She's going to be there Saturday night at 6:30. And then starting at 10 o'clock, James Sanders and his Conjunto group, the Afro-Cuban, Puerto Rican jazz group at Conjunto. They're going to be at Katarina's, and you know they've played at Millennium Park, they've played the Jazz Fest before, so somewhere this intimate is something that you should definitely check out. By the way, I went and checked out James Sanders' CD release party last week too at the Jazz Showcase. Packed house, incredible sound, great vibes, and it really was an incredible show. So make sure you try to catch that if you're open. Saturday night at Katarina's, 10 p.m. Conjunto with James Sanders on violin. And then one last thing, well, two last things actually I want to bring up. We've got Mama Dig Down's big brass band coming Friday and Saturday at the Green Mill. So that's Mama Dig Down's brass band Friday and Saturday night. I know Friday night it starts at 9, Saturday night they start at 8, so get over to the mill. You know there's going to be probably a line. But get in line early because that band is smoking. And then the Jazz Showcase is actually doing something pretty interesting this weekend. Not that they don't do something interesting every weekend, but March 28th through the 31st, Thursday through Sunday, they're doing dynamic duos. So each set is going to feature Greg Fishman and Paulinho Garcia doing Two for Brazil, the famous group. They tour all over the world doing Two for Brazil. They'll be at the Jazz Showcase. And then also Willie Pickens and Stu Katz is going to be there. So they're going to do two different duos in one set. And then they'll probably get together at the end, I would imagine, and jam. I don't know. I'm not in charge of that stuff, but that would be my guess. So you don't want to miss that, though. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, Sunday's got the matinee, the Save the Children matinee that Joe Siegel and Wayne Siegel do. It's such a great opportunity for families to bring down kids and bring people down that are underage and get in, and kids under 12 get in free. So you can't beat that. Free is always good. And as I always mention to my readers and my listeners, I know what you guys want. You guys want free stuff. We got free stuff at the Jazz Showcase. Okay, well, that's our quick update this week. Of course, everything is available on ChicagoJazz.com in our e-zine right below. Just down there, just click on it. It opens right up. And we're going to be back in a second with Corbin from Keys for Kids to explain all about this great piano showroom here in Chicago. Hey, this is Mike Jeffers, and this week's edition of Who's Playing Where and What's Going On Around Town, we are shooting live at the Keys for Kids Warehouse showroom here in Chicago, 1965 West Pershing Road. I'm here with Corbin, who is in charge of the showroom, and I thought it was a great idea to come here on location today, because this is a company that does something that actually I don't think a lot of companies do at all anymore, and that is actually give back to the community. Now what they do, and I'm going to let Corbin get a little bit more in depth into this, is they actually get donated pianos, refurbish them, sell them back to the public, and take the profit funds and donate it back into the community for music programs. And I know they have a lot of programs going on, so why don't we get a little bit more information. Now, Corbin, how long have you been here?
Oh, just since October.
Just since October. And, you know, when I first come up here, and I'm sure you get the same reaction from people when they first come up here, they're stunned at, what do you have, about 100 pianos at least?
About 150 at the moment, yes.
Isn't that incredible? That's incredible. And now you get these donated from the public.
That's right. They're all donated from the community. They come from all sorts of reasons, whether it's a piano that's been forgotten sitting in a basement, or it's a piano who the child who grew up learning on it has outgrown it and grown onto a nicer piano and they're ready to move on. They come and donate their pianos to us, and we find new homes for them.
Now, if you're just a normal person, and you get this piano, right? You can't really wheel it out onto the curb. So what did people normally do with pianos when they wanted to get rid of them? Try to sell them?
They try to sell them. They try to offer for people to come pick them up, and oftentimes they are unsuccessful, and that's where they find us, because we will come and pick up the pianos.
See, that's a big thing too, and I know that when I was growing up, my parents had a gigantic piano. And first they couldn't, you start saying, hey, I could make $500 on this thing. This is going to be, and then of course, none of your friends want to come and pick up a piano because they can't get into the back of their car. And then when they get into hiring somebody to come in and move it, that's a huge expense too. So what Keys for Kids does is actually a great service, because otherwise you'd have probably people standing out on their front lawn hitting it with sledgehammers trying to break it down to get it into the trash, right? I mean,
absolutely.
I've seen that. And so what they do is you give them a call Corbin, and they come and they actually pick it up, remove the piano, bring it here, and I would assume that they get a tax-deductible donation.
Yes, anything that we assess the value of the piano at, that is tax-deductible, as well as if the piano is valued at over $500, we'll come and pick it up for free. If it is under $500, we do ask for a little fee to offset the costs of having the movers come and pick it up, but that fee is also tax-deductible.
So it's all tax deductible, and all the money goes to some great causes. So let's find out about the great causes. Now, every time you sell a piano, I know you were telling me before we came on camera, every time you sell a piano, there's a whole process where the people get you donate the piano, you get the tax deductible form, and then when you purchase a piano, they have special packages where they actually bring it to you, deliver it, and tune it, I believe.
Yes, well, we offer a few different programs. Not only do we sell our pianos to the public, and the proceeds of those sales go to running our other programs. Our first program, it's kind of our bread and butter program, is our piano placement program. Low-income families can apply, and if they qualify, we will donate a piano to them up to an $800 value, which is the majority of the pianos here at the warehouse, and we will also deliver it and tune it at their house for free of charge.
Well, it's an incredible deal, and I would imagine that you get a lot of starter kids coming up here that are taking lessons, that are learning how to play piano. This is a great spot because I think you have pianos that even start about $200-300.
Yeah, absolutely. At $199, they start getting our thorough inspection, and we make sure that every instrument at that point is playable. So you have no worries. At $200 or more, you know you're getting a worthwhile instrument.
Well, and especially with kids, learning how to play jazz, rock, blues, whatever. It's always nicer to play on a real instrument, I would imagine. I'm a drummer, so I play on a real instrument all the time, but piano.
Absolutely. You'll find with a lot of learners, some teachers won't even take them without having the real piano because the feel of the action of a real piano versus a digital piano will build up significant more dexterity within the player and ultimately make a more versatile and better player.
So now tell me a little bit about what happens with the money when you guys do it. By the way, we should mention too, there's 3 of these locations in the United States. One's in Minneapolis.
That's right. The original one is in St. Paul, and we also have one in Kansas City, and then right here in Chicago, 1965 West Pershing.
And so what happens now when they donate the piano, somebody purchases a piano, where does the money go once it's
Where does the money go? We have a few different programs. Some of it goes to offset that piano placement program where we're donating some of the pianos. It goes to offsetting the cost of repairing them. We also run our Pianos on Parade program, which is an arts mentorship program where we pair professional artists with teams of students, 3 to 5 students, and they get the opportunity to artistically transform one of our pianos that's been donated that may not have too much life left in it, not necessarily suitable for resale. So we give it a new life as a piece of artwork, and it gives the children an opportunity to learn unique techniques from the artist, as well as the piano is ultimately put on parade, whether it be in a parade or at a street festival over the summer where the children get their opportunity to have their art displayed in a public setting, which is a huge confidence builder, and our purpose as a nonprofit is to inspire kids to believe in themselves. So what better way to help them believe in themselves but give them a little taste of what success they can get from dedication.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's something that's so important just in general, is building up confidence and building up, especially at a young age, especially with music, because if you don't have any confidence as a musician, it's going to be real tough to succeed because there's always people out to get you. I know there's always people out to get you, but you build up that confidence, and this kind of a program is incredible because it just incorporates the instrument, incorporates art, incorporates kids, and it's all here at Keys for Kids here on the south side of Chicago, 1965 West Pershing. By the way, it's easy to get down here too. I just shot right down here. You can just take Dan Ryan, get off at Pershing, and they're about a mile and a half west of the Dan Ryan, right off of Pershing. Also, they're close to 55. They're basically at Pershing and Damon. Plenty of parking, and it's an easy location to get to. And I'll tell you, just coming in here, and you're going to see some shots of this place as we're talking here, but it's an incredible building. This is the old Spiegel building where they used to do all the mail order shipping, right?
That's right, yeah.
From throughout the entire world. So if you've got some older family members that remember Spiegel, you can actually come down here and check out like one of the buildings. You can come in and see the pianos and talk to Corbin here. Now, you guys have a website?
We do, keys44kids.com. That's 2 numbers 4.
Time signature 4.
Yes.
Time signature 4. And now with the pianos, with the art, the painted pianos on parade and all that stuff, are there specific places that you have lined up this summer, or are you still kind of working on that?
We've applied for a few of the different festivals. We hope to be in Andersonville's Midsummer Fest, the Wicker Park Festival, the Hyde Park Jazz Festival. Unfortunately, we're a little late for the Jazz and Blues Festival, as their application deadlines were last year. So,
well, I guess you're late.
I guess a little bit, but
you could always just come. You could just push it right down Jackson Street because it's on parade. You could just push it right through.
That's right.
What are they going to say?
Just wheel them through, right?
They probably usher you right up onto the stage and say, "Oh, there's the piano. We've been waiting for it all afternoon." So
that's right.
Well, just let me know. I'll help you push the thing. I'm going to be there anyway.
All right.
All right, well, thanks again to Corbin. Thanks again to Keys for Kids. It was a pleasure meeting you. And Keys for Kids, keys44kids.com. And, of course, we've got all the information on chicagojazz.com. And, hopefully you can get down here and check out this incredible place.
That's right. We're open every Friday and Saturday to the public from 10 to 4. Otherwise, you can call me anytime to schedule an appointment at 847-644-9726.
847-644-9726.
That's right.
And there you go, keysforkids.com. Let's shoot it back over, and we're going to finish the update for this week with a little email bag. What am I calling it now, Chef? Oh, the mailbag for chicagojazz.com. Right after this. Well, that was a great interview, and I'm really happy to still be here at the showroom here for Keys for Kids. We've got one last segment. As you can see behind me, there's tons of pianos here, and you got to get down here. It's 1965 West Pershing Road. If you're looking for a piano, a starter piano, even a higher-end piano, they've got what you need. They also do pickups, deliveries, tunings. So give them a call and check the website right there to get more information on Keys for Kids. Last segment of the show here is the CJ mailbag, the chicagojazz.com mailbag, the email bag, whatever we're calling it this week. We keep changing it around, but that's okay. We've got one question this week because we're running out of time. We're kind of on a tight schedule. This is from Bassman, not Bassman. That'd be a fishing show. So Bassman from Orland Park. Bassman from Orland Park, not Bassman from Orlando. Bassman from Orland Park. All right, you get it. Quick question. He just came out with a new release, a new CD. Wants to know how to submit it for review to Chicago Jazz Magazine. Well, that's simple. All you have to do is send it to our P.O. Box, Bassman. Send it to our P.O. Box at 737 Park Ridge, Illinois, 60068. And somebody is going to pick that up. We'll get it into the rotation. Usually takes a couple of months to get it through, and it should show up in an issue coming up very soon, very shortly. Okay, well, that'll do it for our show. Thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you look forward to being here next week. And thanks again to Keys for Kids. And hopefully I'll see you somewhere out on the scene this week.